Do you realize that we're all stewards? What kind of steward do you want to become? The author of our book we've been reading, Mark Allen Powell, equates stewardship as people who live in a place that they do not own, making full use of, but also taking care of things that do not belong to them. He gives an example of a college house sitter that they hire while they're on a trip. While they're away, they said the college student always takes good care of their house, keeps it clean, feeds the pets, waters the plants, and they equate that to being a good steward. And the alternative, of course, would be if the college student they hired trashed the place, and so that, of course, would be an example of a bad steward. Other names for steward might be a manager, a tenant, or a caretaker. So he says the trouble with understanding whether you're a steward often comes from the perception of ownership. So in life, we should realize that everything belongs to God, and He's only lending it to us to experience. And it's up to us to be stewards of those resources. Perhaps you could say God gave us free will to decide or choose what we want to do with that time and His resources. One way I think about this is the concept of the butterfly effect. For those that might not be familiar, the butterfly effect is the idea that even a minuscule change has unpredictable results. One small example I can think of is smiling at someone as you pass them by. You have no idea what that can do to a person as they travel along the rest of their day. Another example is paying it forward at the coffee shop. Perhaps some of you have experienced this where you get to the front of the line and your drink has been paid for. Maybe you decide to pass that along to the next person if you're able. That compounds and has a mighty ripple effect for the rest of that person's day or longer. So your action or inaction matters. So that's a lot to take in. Even when I put my notes together, I was like, that's a lot of pressure. But what Powell reminds us is that we're all human. We're not going to always make the best choice or decision in the moment. Powell argues that perhaps God sees in us things that we do not see in ourselves, a hidden potential that we don't always realize at the time. Another way to think of this is it takes a village. My small portion of action or inaction will be compounded with the rest of the village and hopefully have a positive impact. Another way to think of it is many hands make light work. I think everybody generally understands that concept. So some ways you can be a good steward is just being friendly to your neighbor. That's pretty much a basic tenet that Jesus teaches us. Volunteer for an organization. Volunteer for a committee at church. Recycle or donate unused items. Spend your money at or with organizations that share your values. So I hope now, if you didn't realize it already, is that you are a steward and that your place in this world matters.